Hi, I'm Lorin Nicholson, a businessman, motivational speaker, guitarist, musician, author, athlete, you name it, I've probably done it. But I've grew up in the country. I'm certainly aware of the challenges that country people face. I've been friends with, I've worked on, I've got clients that have been farmers and worked in regional areas, and it's a tough gig. I've also visited probably over 1,500 schools, many of which are in quite remote and regional areas of Australia, and so you really see the people that do it tough out in those areas. And I guess I'm aware of those challenges myself. I was born legally blind. I only had 10% sight. I could barely see the biggest letter right at the top of the eye chart. So I really struggled to go through school and get an education. But yet, I went on to get a college degree and have a successful business, as I mentioned earlier on, and I've had many other successes throughout my lifetime. But I just want to share, perhaps very quickly, a story that happened when I was 16 years old. I lived in town with, as I mentioned, but I wanted to ride my bike to the beach, which is pretty tough when you've only got 10% eyesight. And no one believed me. They said, no, it's impossible. But I decided I was going to do it anyway, and my dad decided to come too. And so the Easter holidays came, and off I went, and I'm riding down my street through town past the shops, and then I turned onto the highway and I'm heading towards the Moombi Range, heading towards the mountains. And my dad drove up ahead and waited for me. It took a while to catch up, but I found him and we stopped and had a drink and something to eat. This process continued for like 2.5 days. I found out they are the third steepest mountain range in Australia, right there, in the New England area there. And I rode my bike over them, and I remember the day when I rode down the main street of Port Macquarie, having ridden 275 kilometres over those mountains. It was an unbelievable feeling. It just swept over me. And even though as amazing as that feeling was, I think it's the years that have followed that I realised I've achieved something so much bigger than that. I didn't just climb the Great Dividing Range that weekend, I climbed an even bigger mountain inside myself. And so if I can share anything with you, if my life as a blind person, having overcome enormous challenges, I didn't have any choice over the disability that I have or the challenges that I have, and yet you've just got to get on with life. And so I remember my dad saying, if you want to be successful, you must mix with successful people. If you want to be optimistic, hang around optimistic people. If you want to be resilient, hang around resilient people. If you want to be a footy player or a musician or a builder or a teacher or a doctor or whatever it is you want to be, you hang around the people that are good at that, because they're going to be a real positive influence on you, particularly when you feel like you're getting knocked down all the time and you get tired trying to get yourself back up and keep going. But if you associate with people that share similar interests and have had successes in the areas that you want to be successful, they'll help you. You'll be able to support each other on that journey. But I probably should share something else too, that oftentimes it's easier for us to talk about resilience, but it's often what stops us is fear of failure and fear of what other people are going to say. And I guess the third thing might be you just, as I mentioned earlier, you run out of energy. You get back up, you get knocked down so many times, it's sort of like, man, is it worth even getting up again? So if I've learned anything though, it's never to be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of falling over. If you've got to lie there for a little while, like I did riding my bike to the beach, I collapsed on the ground about halfway there. I'm thinking, man, I'm never going to make it. But just lie there for a bit. Get your breath, catch up, and hit the pause button, and allow yourself just to clear your mind, clear your thoughts, slow things down a bit. And if you want to be resilient, then just take one step at a time. Because how do you eat an elephant? You eat him one bite at a time. So you don't have to worry about swallowing the whole thing. You don't have to conquer the world today. You don't have to conquer your challenge today. You've just got to be positive, be optimistic, and maybe be grateful for what you already have, because there's always something to be grateful for. But then just take one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll see amazing things happening in your life, despite whatever that adversity is, whether it's drought, whether it's hardship, whether it's a loss of a family one, whether it's a disability, an illness, financial struggles, whatever those challenges are, however young you are, however old you are, you will be able to overcome them. So never give up, and remember, the greatest mountain in life is the mountain inside yourself. So keep going, guys. It's a great race, it's a great mountain, and there's an amazing view at the top, so never ever give up. We'll see you up there.